Because when the soul of metal awakens, everything transforms. Doors open, paths clear, and opportunities appear as if by magic, because they are. And when this happens, remember, it was not the gold that changed, it was you, and it was you who awakened. It was you who remembered that value is not in what you have, but in what you are. And in the end, gold is nothing more than the shadow of your inner fire, projected onto matter. Everything you love possesses you. Everything you desire intensely begins to surround you, to infiltrate your thoughts, to vibrate with you like a living entity claiming its right to manifest. But what no one has told you, and I reveal to you now without mercy or euphemism, is that everything you love also possesses you. Desire is a double-edged force. It creates, but it also binds. It attracts, but it also consumes. It crowns, but it also devours. And money, that golden demon that dances upon the tightrope of human desire, is no exception. It is the purest test of all. Abundance is not an external accumulation of things. Abundance is an internal geometry of the soul, a symmetry between what you are and what you allow yourself to receive. But that openness to receiving, that secret chant that the universe listens to, is corrupted when what you desire becomes your master. For every uncontrolled desire is a form of slavery. And you, who claim to seek wealth, have you looked sincerely at yourself? Is your pursuit an act of power or a cry of lack? Is it a divine affirmation or an echo of your misery? The initiate sooner or later confronts the mirror of abundance. It is not a physical mirror, of course, but an astral reflection that manifests in objects, in symbols, in people, and in the opportunities that surround one's life. The mirror of abundance does not show you what you want. It shows you what you truly believe you deserve. And here begins the tragedy of those who seek without knowing themselves, of those who decree without purification, of those who cry out for wealth while secretly rejecting it, out of fear, out of guilt, out of the old chains of dogma. This mirror does not lie, and it reflects your vibration. If you approach it with a divided heart, it will return lack. If you approach it with blind desire, it will return confusion. But if you contemplate it as a god contemplates his creation, with total detachment and total authority, then it will show you gold, because abundance never responds to what you beg for. It only responds to what you embody. Everything you love obsessively will eventually claim your soul, if you do not love it with consciousness. Money, when loved blindly, becomes a cruel master. But when it is loved with presence, it becomes a faithful servant. That is why the ancient initiates were trained not only to attract wealth, but to hold it without trembling. Because gold tests those who touch it. Gold reveals the imposter. Gold screams your inner truth to the universe and does so without asking permission. And what happens when a being is unprepared to hold the abundance they demand? Gold possesses them. It consumes them, infiltrates their emotional cracks, their unresolved lacks, and becomes the instrument of their self-destruction. It is not the rich who corrupt money. It is money that destroys the uninitiated. Because the energy of abundance is alive, awake, and does not forgive incongruence. Do you want to know if you are possessed by what you love? Observe your body when you think about money. Does it tense up? Do you feel anxiety, envy, impatience? Then you do not love money, you fear it, you do not master it, it masters you. Your love is not divine, it is addictive. Your desire is not ritual, it is compulsion. And that means you are not yet free. And the key is to love without belonging, to desire without needing, and to invoke without begging. The true magician desires with the fire of the sun and the serenity of the moon. His desire is as intense as it is detached, not because he does not want things, but because he knows that he is already the source of all things. He does not seek to fill voids, he seeks to expand fullness. And that attitude, that alchemical balance between desire and sovereignty, is what turns the mirror of abundance into a portal instead of a prison. Look at yourself now in that invisible mirror. Think of everything you long for: wealth, freedom, beauty, recognition, and pleasure. Do you love these things, or do these things possess you? Can you have them without becoming their slave? Or do you still need to justify your desire just to feel worthy of it? The universe does not punish desire. That is the doctrine of the spiritually dead. The universe is desire in motion. All creation is born from the fire of divine desire. What the universe does not tolerate is incoherence, hypocrisy, the false humility of those who claim not to want while secretly writhing in longing. Gold, when looked upon with clear eyes, reveals that everything that exists is willing to serve you. If you are willing to govern yourself, because you cannot rule gold if you do not rule your fire. You cannot master abundance if you do not master your shadows. You cannot invoke wealth without first having dominion over your hunger. Everything you love possesses you, yes, but you can also possess what you love if you do so with wisdom. And that wisdom is not found in economics books, nor in finance courses, nor in the empty speeches of modern gurus who sell abundance as just another product. That wisdom is found in you, in the incandescent core of your being, where your deepest desire meets your highest divinity. Because true abundance is not something you seek. It is something you remember. And when you remember that you are the source, the channel, and the destination, when you stop desiring like a beggar and start decreeing like a sovereign, when your love for money no longer arises from fear or lack, but from the recognition of its sacred nature, then and only then money kneels before you. Then the mirror stops reflecting your lacks and begins to expand your kingdom. Then you no longer love gold, you become it.